obviously you guys have clicked on this video, and I just want to address one thing really before we get into it. I've seen a couple of comments on Twitter about me. Obviously I've said I'm going to release the video, and people have said there should be no debate about it. It's not a debate as such. It's more me weighing up sort of the options between the keepers. And yeah, I understand if you guys have a different opinion, and also I understand if you want to put it across. If you don't want to put it across, that's also equally as fine. It's intended for your enjoyment. It's not intended to have a go at anyone. So I hope you do enjoy it, and yeah, see you on Wednesday.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the weekly vidcast. Episode 2 of the vidcast is about the Jackson Whistle Matt Climie debate. Obviously, two very good goaltenders. What I'll do in this video, I'll split it up into like 3 different sections. Jackson Whistle, Matt Climie, my personal opinion. So, first of all, we'll start with Jackson Whistle. Now, Whistle is obviously a British netminder, coming in the summer from Belfast Giants, and has played quite a key part really in Tom Barrasso's sort of new era, if you like. Obviously, he got brought in by Paul Thompson. He was supposed to be the number 1 netminder until Tom Barrasso came in, and obviously saw what Jackson had to offer and realised that we need to bring another reinforcement in for a 1A and 1B situation, if you like. Matt Climie, obviously very experienced, very good goaltender, has very good skills really in goal, and has always been an excellent choice really to put in net. So is Jackson Whistle. We have 2 very good keepers, but not one of them could be capable of holding their own as a starting goalie. Like starting goalie meaning you're going to play a lot of games in this season. So these 2 obviously have come into the club and have done a decent job. Not excellent, but they have been decent goalkeepers. Obviously we're going to start with Jackson Whistle in the debate. So we got 4 against Jackson Whistle. Now 4, I think that Jackson Whistle has brought in quite a different style of goalkeeping to Mustakov's and Marek Pinch, the past 2 keepers really. I'm going to compare them to the past 2 keepers. Now for Jackson Whistle, he's got youth on his side. He's got very good capabilities in net, and his reactions are relatively good. Obviously he's not as flexible as someone like Mustakov's, and he doesn't fill the goal as much as Mustakov's, but he has proven to be quite a good keeper to say that he is only young, and he's coming on the back of a lot of pressure. Now he came in on the back of quite a big stir from the Belfast fans, and obviously to come in on the back of that means that you have to perform. Now Whistle has performed on regular occasions. He has done really well, and he is definitely one for the future. Like, to keep him at the club would be a good choice. Like, we don't want to get rid of him too quickly, because he isn't the sort of keeper that's going to do wonders for you in his first season at the club. He's going to be a keeper that's going to progress and is ultimately going to become the number 1 probably. Now Matt Climie is like Jackson Whistle in that. So we're going to look at positives to Matt Climie. Now Matt Climie is a very good keeper. Very good. He's obviously had the experience of the bigger leagues, and he's had experience in quite a vast number of countries. He was someone that Barrasso brought in. So Barrasso recognised his excellent goaltending abilities and brought him in. Now Barrasso isn't someone I want to argue with in terms of goaltending, so I accept that. I accept the fact that Matt Climie's come in. And what Matt Climie has is he has the experience of big crowds. He has the experience of being there, sort of winning stuff. He's good. And his goaltending abilities, obviously, his reactions are great. Like, he's very quick across crease, and he's very, very sort of athletic. Like, you can tell, just from his manner, he's athletic. He's got quite a lot of aggression to his game as well, and that aggression brings a bit of oomph to the team. I mean, he's literally one of the fighters on the team, and last night on the ice was a team that only had one fight between them. Now, Matt Climie fought at like his previous club, which is quite surprising for a goaltender versus goaltender. But I can't quite somehow see Matt Climie fighting Tyler Brescarawani, because it just doesn't seem like that. It doesn't seem like the sort of game that would bring that. Now, I might be wrong, because that's going to happen tonight. Obviously, Belfast against Steelers, or this afternoon, and we don't know the score of that yet. So, Matt Climie might end up fighting Brescarawani, who knows? But it doesn't seem likely. Now, obviously, all the fours bring me to saying the against. Now, Jackson Whistle, we'll start with him. Against Jackson Whistle, he gets caught out of position a lot. He gets caught off balance a lot. Now, when he's getting caught out of position and getting caught off balance, that means that goaltending can't be done properly, if you like. So it can't be it can't be excellent, it can't be top notch, it can't be something that's just, you can't click. Now, Whistle has good elements to his game, but he's also got the bad elements to his game, and people have recognised that on Twitter. A lot of people recognise the fact that Whistle has bad and good parts to his game, just like Matt Climie. Now, a debate is a debate, and people will have different opinions, but Jackson Whistle does for me, looks like he has less confidence in net. He doesn't have much confidence. He looks like he's sort of a bit timid to try stuff. He's not quite used to the Sheffield fans yet. He's not quite used to Sheffield. He's very timid. You can tell in his manner. He's very slow to get to things, and he's always a bit jumpy, like, that's just nearly happened, He's very jumpy, you can tell. And that sort of, in comparison to Matt Climie's a bit more calm, a bit more collected, and he's like, he will do things with ease rather than sort of Whistle's approach of jumping at it. Now, Whistle has played for Belfast, and he played for seasons. He's been swapped in and out with Stephen Murphy a lot. He's swapped with him a lot, and he won the Challenge Cup with Belfast as well. He's won numerous times in Sheffield, and obviously now he plays for us. He's a very, very sort of competent keeper. Now, Matt Climie against. What you've got to realise is that Matt Climie is an experienced keeper, and what Matt Climie brings to the side is sometimes overshadowed by his faults. I mean, he is caught very, very far out of his net, like for no apparent reason really. Sometimes he's near blue line. He's literally near the blue line, and when people are on a breakaway against him, and he's starting very far out, he's a bit vulnerable really to goals being conceded, and obviously that means his net minding abilities can go downhill. And people can see that, and they're like, let's get some shots on this guy. He's not that competent. He is competent. He's a competent enough keeper. He's a likeable guy. He's very good. But sometimes I do think that what lets him down is his ability to save breakaways, to save like odd man rushes and all that. Obviously, Whistle and Climie are two 1A and 1B keepers. 1A and 1B, meaning like, you swap alternate games. Now, obviously, I've got to have an opinion in all this. And my personal opinion, people won't like it. I know they won't. But I'd like to see Matt Climie play more games than Jackson Whistle. Now, the reason is, Matt Climie is experienced. He's really experienced compared with Whistle. He's good at commanding his players on the ice, and he brings a real presence to the side. Now, I understand that people would say, oh yeah, but Jackson Whistle's younger, he's got more about him. Well, we've seen it. I'm going to bring this into it, but Sheffield Wednesday this season have gone really downhill, and they keep starting Cameron Dawson in the net over Kieran Westwood until the old manager got sacked. Now, Cameron Dawson's a very good keeper, but Kieran Westwood's better. And Dawson was obviously a young prodigy, comes up through the ranks. Kieran Westwood is an international who's played for years. Now, Whistle is a young British netminder who has played overseas, but Matt Climie has played more. Matt Climie's the better keeper. In that regard, sort of more experienced, understands more, and Matt Climie for me has the experience and has the sort of vocals for his defenders. He might, like literally, he might not be the better keeper. Stats say he is for the Steelers, but people obviously have different opinions. And the poll on Twitter that I put out on Steal the Puck actually has Jackson Whistle being in favour. So he has more voters really for him. And there's my dog barking. So what I'd say is yes, I think we should keep debating, but it will get on to the keepers at some stage. So I'd put a button on it if I were most people, because it is going to sort of detract from the keeper's confidence, both of them. And what I'd say is Matt Climie for me would be my personal number one. Like, it's my opinion. I'd prefer to see Matt Climie as number one keeper, Jackson Whistle as the backup. But I like the system that we've got going on at the minute, like alternate games. And yeah, because I think it works, it freshens up the keeper. But if it was me, if I was Tom Barrasso, Matt Climie would be getting the games in and seeing how he's doing, and obviously bring Whistle in for a few to rest Matt Climie. I'd understand if people disagree with me on this, and I'd love to hear what you think. But that's my personal opinion on it, and I do think that if we did that, we would start winning more games, because I think that the keeper would get more and more consistent. So he'd be consistently playing games, he'd be consistently like saving shots. But if you're taking one game out at a time, it does sort of get a bit like, oh, I've been thrown back in at deep end. Oh, I've been thrown back in at deep end. So I don't really know. I'm not going to argue with Tom Barrasso on goaltending. Put it this way, I don't even play for a team. I learn to play on a Wednesday night. You know, I'm an outfield skater. I literally have no idea about goaltending, but I do have a personal opinion, and this is mine. Okay. And I hope you have enjoyed this video today, guys. It's considerably less amount of time than the previous one, but it's one debate, so it's not about five or six in one video. And I hope you have enjoyed it, and make sure to leave a like, just to let me know. If you haven't, leave a dislike. Okay, right, see you later, guys.